Hi, guys. We just wanted to welcome you guys as the official KidsMin Host team. So, we are really excited to have this under the umbrella of Connections, just as another way to make our new families feel welcome and at home and safe while they're here. We wanted to kind of walk you through the expectations for your role. Number one, you will be standing here by the KidsMin check in desk. This kind of gives you a clear line of vision to the foyer as people are walking in. Ideally, our hosts in the foyer will be bringing families over here for you to meet and greet. So your main role is to make these families feel comfortable, answering any questions they may have, and just greeting the kids, being a friendly face, being engaging. To some families, they number one have never been here before, but for some, they may have never dropped off kids at a location before. So we just really want to make sure that we're making them feel at ease. So what you will do is you will kind of be engaging with them. Whoever is on duty for the check-in desk, they will kind of be in charge of getting all of that family's information. So right now we have these forms that they will fill out, just address, birth dates, all that kind of stuff, and then the check-in desk person will handle getting them into the system and then getting their tags printed out. So as they are doing that, you can kind of be engaging with the kids, asking them how old they are, where they go to school, or just anything to make them feel welcome.
Yeah, and I would jump in by adding, as you invite families to fill out the information sheet, sometimes it's helpful if you have that moment and it's pre-service while the check-in desk person is putting that information into the computer. That sometimes lends you to have 3 or 4 minutes where you could even walk the parents around if they have older children, especially show them what classrooms their kids would be going to. So if you get a chance to kind of show them around a little bit during that info inputting time, that's a great opportunity and a great time to do that if it works out.
Yeah, and then just kind of giving an overview to the families, letting them know, all right, when they're a certain age, they go straight into the nursery. That would be nursery
Yeah.
ones and twos.
Yep.
They can go straight into there and then walking them to that area. And then if they're older kids, that they go into service, that they sit with family during worship, and then explaining that they're dismissed to the back, taken to their rooms. But yeah, if we can show them where those rooms are to meet up with them afterward, that would be great. We have had it before where new families have walked in late and we don't necessarily have a time to run them over to the room. If that is the case, then after service, if you could please come back to the check-in desk, meet up with those new parents, and then walk them to their kids' rooms, that would be really helpful.
Yeah, so if the parents are comfortable with just kind of shipping their kids off after worship and going down to the classrooms, then that's awesome. I would say, yeah, let the parents know, hey, your kids, I promise, they're going to a safe space. We're kind of taking them off to the abyss. But don't fear, I will meet you right back here. And if you guys could be the ones to do that, that would be great for follow-up. We're going to take them downstairs to the classroom. I will meet you back at the check-in desk right after service and personally walk you to the classrooms that you need to go get your kiddos. Yeah, so again, like Mindy said, so explaining and going ahead and walking them to, if they have infants in the nursery or 1-year-olds in the one's room, 2-year-olds in the two's room, walking them to those rooms for immediate drop-off would be fantastic. And then just explaining to them, hey, our 3-year-olds through elementary school, we really value them worshiping with us and watching, their parents and grandparents and other adults around them worship. So we do engage our 3s through 5th grade in worship with us. You'll notice as Zach's praying at the end of worship, people kind of starting to move, but he will say after the prayer that children are dismissed, then they go to the back of the room and meet up with their teachers. You can kind of make sure also that as the rooms are divided by age and by grade, that they're also color coordinated. So explain to parents, 3s through pre-K are going to be looking for the green sign at the back of the room. And then kindergarten and first will be looking for blue. Second and third will be looking for yellow. And fourth and fifth will be looking for orange. You can kind of explain that that's how dismissal works. And I always encourage new parents to feel free to walk back to the back of the sanctuary with them because it looks chaotic to newcomers. Feel free to walk them back and make sure they get connected to their teacher. That first Sunday is totally fine. Or even walking down to the room with them that first time and saying goodbye at the door is perfectly acceptable as well. So.
You can also let them know if their kids are getting antsy, even during the worship time, that there are crayons over there, kids packs, there are books there. And also there are some kids who don't feel comfortable going into classes, especially their first week here. So letting families know it is totally fine if they want to keep their kids with them during the entire service. That is no problem. And then also we do have the family room now up, I don't know what room number that
Yeah.
is.
I don't know either.
That
Up the
way.
stairs and the third door on your left.
Past the library.
Yeah.
There's a nice family room set up. The service is streamed there. There are toys in there. There are books in there. Families are welcome to sit in there whenever they would like to as well.
Yeah, for sure. Also, just explaining when it is your fifth Sunday and you're here, KidsMin hosting, letting them know as families come, hey, this is a family Sunday. This is a special Sunday where 3-year-olds through fifth grade are in service with us the whole time. Just letting them know that we're understanding there's going to be a little more movement, a little more noise on those Sundays. We're expecting that, but we love having our kids, like I said, pre-K or 3s through fifth grade in service with us on fifth Sundays. But you can let them know that infant room 1s and 2s will be open still on family Sundays. And you can go ahead and walk them to those classrooms on fifth Sundays if you have a new family then.
And then just a few safety things. We're trying to think through questions that new families may have. So just letting them know that when they come to pick up their child, they have an individual family code on their sticker that matches their children's sticker. So letting them know that before kids are released, we match those numbers.
Yeah, thinking about that, we kind of mentioned at the beginning, you could have them fill out the info sheet, walk families around a little bit while the check-in desk person is inputting their information. If you can, full circle that, bring the families back here. You can show them, then at that point, help to put the kiddos tags on the kiddos, and then show them that little parent tag that gets printed off, and that's a great time to explain, like, this is our security system here, and that's the tag that they'll be using to pick up their kids. So I don't know if we said that, but bring them back here after you show them around to the rooms and make sure that they get those sticker tags that they need for their children and to pick up.
And if for some reason, again, the family may be running late and we have their information, they can go into service. And then if you could bring out their stickers to them, that would just kind of be helpful so they can get in service as quickly as possible. Another safety feature, just to remind people, is that everyone who is teaching in Sunday school has background checks. That safety is a concern of ours and that we are focused on making sure kids are safe, things like that.
Yeah.
And if anyone asks, like we have first aid kits in every room, and then anything allergy-wise would be noted in the charts. So,
yeah. Allergies and medical concerns show up right on the kiddos' tags. And then it also, as we're switching over to this new planning center software on the rosters on the teachers' phones, it also shows a little heartbeat logo that shows that child has some sort of a medical or an allergy condition that the teacher needs to be taking note of. So we do monitor those things. And along with background checking, we don't let just anyone serve in KidsMin. So, these are men and women that we've kind of vetted for a while, right? And that we know and who feel led and capable of being with kids. So, and bathroom policies as well. Please let them know that we do. If a child is notably wet or smells, right? Especially our infants, 1s and 2s. If we notice that they are in need of a diaper change, that they're all female teachers in the young, children's room. So the females will go ahead and change the diaper if it is needed. However, if a parent is not okay with that, totally fine. We now, especially through Planning Center, have a really easy way to be able to text parents and let them know that their child's in need of a diaper change. So we do honor that. We do respect that. Our primary goal is to be able to give, parents the opportunity to worship and to be immersed in the sermon and worship going on in the sanctuary. But if they would like to be, notified of diaper changes, let them know that is A-okay, and we're more than happy to do that.
And you don't necessarily have to share each one of these things with every new family, but if they have questions, we just want to make sure you guys are informed so you know how to answer those. But if there's a question that comes up that you do not know how to answer, that is totally fine. Emily will always be on call. We can find the answer for the family. So don't feel like you need to know everything about KidsMin as a whole. Yeah,
shoot me a text. If it's a Sunday morning and a family seems to be asking a lot of questions and you're like, I feel like deer in the headlights right now, just shoot me a text and be like, hey, can you come to the kids check-in desk? If you guys can just even help to just, like Mindy said, be hospitable, welcome new families, and cover, even 90% of the new family information, extra questions, I'm more than happy to jump in and be here for that. So
And then one other reminder is you're showing families how to sign in when they're brand new families, but then just letting them know from each week from here on out that they can use the check-in station over there. They can use iPads to print out their own stickers, just so they know for future weeks.
You can if you think about it, let them know that we do offer snacks, especially if kiddos are cranky in the infant and toddler rooms. Sometimes, as you ladies know as well as me, if we get cranky, sometimes food helps. So we do that for in the infant and ones room. It's all like really quickly dissolvable snacks that we give. And the twos, we do some goldfish and animal crackers, that kind of stuff. So you can let them know we do offer snacks. Obviously, if there's a food allergy, we have things that we're really allergy conscious, and we have options if there's allergies. But you can, if you think about it, let them know that we do offer snacks. If they're opposed to that, by all means, we'll honor that as well. Just let us know, let the teacher know that they're not wanting snacks for their kiddos. Along with background checks and that, we do have emergency procedures that are posted in every classroom. If they ask, what do you do in case of a fire? There's emergency procedures posted in each room. The teachers know exactly where they are to go in case of fire, in case of tornado. At that point, we'd all be kind of hunkering down somewhere. But tornado, in case of, God forbid, an active shooter, we have worked with the fire marshal, other professionals in the law enforcement field. We have an extensive security team and cameras here that really protect us and keep us safe. But we do have procedures for that in each and every room, and the teachers know what those are. So, what are we missing?
We are excited to kick this team off. We think that
Thank
this is
you.
going to be, yes, thank you very much. We feel like this will just be a great asset in making families feel really welcome. In the future, we are looking to have some kids' bags to pass out to new families, just so, again, they feel really welcome, that they feel excited about coming. So those will be coming in the future, but we will officially kick off on June 1st. So we're really looking forward to that. So thank you so much for serving.
Yeah, and as this is a new role, there's going to be a learning curve. There's going to be questions that you all have that we haven't, thought of the answers to in advance. So let us know what questions you've got, what's working well, what's not, and you'll be touching base with you too after maybe your first round or so of serving, and just seeing how we can better equip you to be able to welcome our new fams.
Thank you.
Thanks.